And that's going to be the third team foul on MULDROW, so that's going to be the first one on Kayla Ellenberg. Woolsey back outside, three-point shot on the way, a high rebound pulled down by Woolsey. Top of the, now it's Cawthron for three, bounces in and out, pinballs, no good. Again, if you're just joining, sorry we had some technical difficulty there, but it is 7-2 early in the first period. MULDROW leading off a couple of buckets by Ellenberg and Harden. Lady Savage respond with Cawthron and Woolsey getting a two-point bucket. And it has been a very defensive game thus far. 2:20 left, first period. Here's a three-point shot from somewhat a little bit behind and maybe a little too far behind the line, as that was about a foot short. Hits the front of the rim, goes into the hands of Woolsey. Hightower working in the lane. Hightower needs help, kicks it to Cawthron. And that's going to be a travel call on Cawthron, as she took a little stutter step there when she got the basketball. And so turnover goes to MULDROW. Exactly 2 minutes left, first period. Hi, Chris Chandler here along with Johnathan Calloway, and glad to bring you these games. Thanks to the sponsors you see at the bottom of your screen. Appreciate our media partners allowing you to watch these free anytime on the Bravo Savages YouTube channel from the comfort of your home, convenience of your phone. Make sure and thank them if you see them. That's going to be the second foul on Katie Rogers, third team foul on Broken Bow. So three team fouls each, just a minute 50 until those are erased. So one to give for each team until you put the other squad in the bonus. There's a rebound that's just mishandled, a little confusion and that looked like Hightower went to the floor. Oh, unfortunately, that's going to be a foul on Cawthron. It was a block, but got a part of the body or arm as well on the follow-through. And so that will send MULDROW to the, oh, I'm sorry, that is on Woolsey, not Cawthron. My apologies. But that is the fourth team foul on the Lady Savages. And now with a minute 36 left, they do not have a one foul cushion to give. First free throw is good by Ellenberg. Kayla Ellenberg, that is. Second shot also good. Good three-throw shooting by Kayla Ellenberg. Has her team at 9. Lady Savages only bucket. A two-pointer by Tyson Woolsey. Looking to remedy that on this trip down the floor. Here is Hightower to Smith. Smith working against Harden. Back out to Rogers. Rogers has yet to dribble. Oh, nice feed from Rogers and a one-touch pass back out to Cawthron. Cawthron in the paint. Cawthron, bounce pass from Cawthron. Gets it to Woolsey. Woolsey draws the foul, and that's going to send Tyson to the free throw line. That's the fourth team foul on the Lady Bulldogs. So now every foul is going to send the other team to the free throw line. Woolsey, the only 2 points for the Lady Savages, make that the only 3 as she hits the first free throw. Low-scoring game for both these high-powered offenses, but then Woolsey misses the second one. A rebound down low by Ellenberg. Presses on from the Lady Savages. Again, that's a function of both these teams having aggressive defenses as well, though. Oh, there's a good pass down low, and that was a bullet pass from Harden. And that gets past the double figures mark, breaks 10 to 11 for the Lady Bulldogs. Here comes Rogers with the leaner and just doesn't fall, but the putback draws a foul, and that will send Tyson Woolsey once again to the free throw line. 15 foul. Well, that's a 15 foul. The bad news for, and that 15 foul will be erased in 46.6 seconds. Bad news for the Lady Bulldogs, though, is that that's the second one on Ellenberg, and she is their primary post player, assigned with guarding Woolsey and rebounding down there. So she'll go take a seat, at least for the next 46.6 seconds. As Woolsey made her first free throw. Second one also good. Nice shooting by Tyson for the free throw line. She has all 5 points for the Lady Savages thus far. Presses on in the backcourt. Keep in mind, Broken Bow has 4 team fouls, so and looks like Burris came in for the Lady Savages as well. And that pressure creates a turnover. Lady Savages now with an opportunity, 43.4 seconds to cut into that lead. into the backcourt to Cawthron. Cawthron works across the Savage head. Cawthron at the free throw. Pass down the lane. Didn't get it. Tyson Woolsey with the turnaround jumper off the rebound. Woolsey, force of nature. All 7 points for Broken Bow are hers. Lots of time left. Probably for 2 possessions, depending on how Muldrow handles this basketball. No, they shoot it right away from 3, and that's going to get in the hands of Tyson Woolsey. That's about her 5th rebound of this game. And quickly up into the forecourt, Lady Savages driving down low and goes for the lay-in, draws the foul. That'll put Hightower at the free throw line. That may be the 3rd on Harden. Let's see who it's called. No. And that's good news for the Lady Bulldogs, as Carla Ellenberg just has 1. That's her first foul. Or the bonus, and Hightower was in the act of shooting anyway. Oh, wow, unkind rim, rose off to the side, so no good. 13.7 seconds left in this first period. Second shot is true, as Hightower becomes the first person not named Tyson Woolsey to put points on the board for Broken Bow. Here's a press in the backcourt, and then there is I believe that might be a foul called on Burris. Let's see if it is. She got the hip into a Muldrow player. Let's say they're discussing it at half court. Maybe discussing whether you shoot free throws. That would put Muldrow into the bonus, but it's a foul in the backcourt, so it probably would just be thrown in. I think that's what they're discussing. Well, the officials, or maybe it's, they just said throw it in. But no foul, so ball is apparently just knocked out by Broken Bow. My apologies. Here's an inbound pass, and they get it quickly to Harden. Harden pushes it up the court, working against, and there's a reaching foul. That's going to get called on, I believe that's on Griffin for Broken Bow, and that will send Harden to the free throw line. Harden already has a 2-point field goal. 6.1 seconds left. She'll be shooting 2, and so, it's still time. I said whether she makes the second one or not. Again, there is no more 1-and-1. First one, kind rim for the Lady Bulldogs at the other end, as Harden's free throw falls through the hoop. But whether she makes this one or not, there's still 6.1 seconds, enough time to get down, get in position for a shot instead of just a desperation throw for Bromo. She hits the other one, though, and they're going to go just play defense, not risk fouling Broken Bow. It's going to be, nice pass from Jaylen Cawthron. A turnaround jumper at the buzzer by Tyson Woolsey. Makes it a 3-point game. Excellent first period of basketball. Again, thanks to our sponsors. We'll have some words from them and be back. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage Basketball, sub-regional, on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Long pass over to the other side, blocked by Woolsey into the hands of Smith. Smith working down at the other end. Quick hands by Tyson Woolsey. Gets the Savages back the basketball. Now Woolsey back outside. Hightower for 3. Shots a little long on the floor. Grabbed by Broken Bow, tied up. Possession arrow is in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. They will inbound. Again, Woolsey just the last game went past 1,000 points in her career, just a junior. So a prolific score there for Broken Bow in the paint. Pressure's on in the backcourt as Muldrow inbounds, then gets it to Ellenberg, driving against Hightower, picks up her dribble and has Hightower in her back pocket. Gets some help from a teammate. And now it's going to be a pop-up jumper off balance, and that goes off the side of the hands of Cawthron. Cawthron gets it quickly across the half-court line outside. Rogers, Katie Rogers for 3, a little long on that shot. That's one of the only open looks Katie Rogers has had thus far. Very accurate three-point shooter. 1-point game. Lady Savages down by 1. Lady Bulldogs with the ball. Possession arrow in favor of Brokobo here in second period action. Here's a pass inside to there, a block by Woolsey, and wow, that was Woolsey just going up, knocking the ball loose and grabbing it. Tyson Woolsey, dominant defensive player. Lady Savages seem to have all the momentum here in the early second period. Here's Rogers inside Woolsey. Woolsey drives, tries to lay it underneath, draws the foul, and that'll send Tyson Woolsey to the free throw line. Yeah, Lady Savages had, and hand it to Muldrow as their swarming defense in the first had Brokobo literally off balance. But they seem to have adjusted. And now with Woolsey sending it through. By the way, that puts Woolsey in double figures 41 seconds into this second period. Of course, already at 1,000 plus on her career. And there's another one. Nice free throw shooting from Tyson Woolsey. Has the Savages with their first lead of this basketball game. Here's harassment in the backcourt from Cawthron. Ball's thrown into the forecourt. Then across to Ellenberg to Harden, guarded by Smith. Back to Harden. And then stolen by Cawthron. Watch out, Cawthron on the fast break. And it's Jalen Cawthron with a steal and a bucket. Lady Savages taking over here on a 6-0 run to start off this second period. Defense swarming. Here's a set shot, bounces in and out, and into the hands of Brokobo. Hightower, move, no move. Hightower dribbles, and the crowd is excited as left a opponent on the floor with some fancy move with a basketball. Shots off the mark, though, and now it's back in the hands of the Lady Bulldogs. Here comes Fields. Kicks it back out to Harden, and she's slowing things down yet to dribble. Kicks it outside to Ellenberg. Ellenberg takes a thought about shooting it, but has Cawthron in her back pocket and in her face as well. See how, watch how, this is a skill. Watch how close these players play defensively without fouling. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a quick one as well. You are watching Brokobo Lady Savage basketball on the Brokobo Savages Network. See ya in 10.
We all have stories. Stories show our humanity. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. Well, it was 13-10 Muldrow at the break between the first and second period, but it has been all Lady Savages since then. 16-13 the lead off a block and point by Woolsey and a steal and lay-in by Jalen Cawthron. Of course, we mentioned Woolsey with 1,000. Well, Jalen Cawthron already passed 1,500 in her career, and climbing toward the all-time leading scorer in McCurtain County. Already the all-time leading career scorer in Brokobo, if you count the point she made when playing at Idabel, which is a career you should. And there's a steal by Cawthron, and then a foul, I believe, on Cawthron, unfortunately, as you see the Toby Beans' disappointment looking at the floor. So that's Cawthron's first foul. First team foul by the Lady Savages of this period. Muldrow also has one. Ball will be inbound. Quickly, Ellenberg, just a set shot, and does not fall. Fight for the rebound. Pulled down by the Lady Bulldogs. That looked like that might have been a travel, and it was. I think Ellenberg actually took a step with the ball. Let's see what the call is. I think it was just moved with the basketball without dribbling it. So a little bit of a mental mistake. Lady Savages down low, and Cawthron gets the ball stripped and knocked out of bounds. That will be inbounded by Brokenbow. Again, I figure maybe conditioning comes in at one point as Brobo is all sprinting up and down the court. Three-point shot, no good. But rebound by Woolsey. Back out to Hightower. Hightower moving in and then gets the ball knocked loose. And then she gets, I believe, fouled or stepped out. Let's see. It might have been, yeah, I think it's a foul. It's a foul against Muldrow, actually. And that's going to be the third one, and that is not good news. That's the third one on Kayla Ellenberg. And there's still about 4.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Ball will be inbound. And Lady Savages, they have a couple of options on the inbound play. One for a quick bucket, one for out on 3-point with Jalen Cawthron. That's where they go outside. She brings it in, back to Rogers, back outside. 3-point shot on the way, does not fall. Woolsey with another offensive board, turn around, no good. Fight for the rebound, tied up. Possession arrow in favor of Lady Savages. Broken Bow will inbound. And so I think that was Ellenberg maybe that tied it up. Here's a quick pass inside to Rogers, and then that's going to be loose. Backcourt violation. Unfortunately, as Hightower couldn't get to it in time, and so that's going to be Muldrow basketball. As Fields will inbound. Gets it to Harden. And they get it down to Ellenberg in the corner, but Rogers is there and then knocked loose. Quick hands by Woolsey once again. Ball goes out off of Broken Bow, will be inbounded by the Lady Bulldogs. Pruitt down there in the low post looking for the basketball. Does not get it, though, out to the tie. And then stolen again, Cawthron. Cawthron going for the layup, and she avoids the defender. Jalen Cawthron with another fast break point, 18-13. Broken Bow now on an 8-0 run to start off, and there's a travel call. And you might see another timeout by Muldrow, I think, or a substitution. That's what's going to happen. Is Lady Savages got to get in their head with the press and with this momentum shift. And this 8-0 run to start off this second period. 3:45 left in that second period in the first half. Lady Savage with the basketball, inbound Hightower. Hightower to Woolsey. Woolsey up, nope, doesn't get it. Rebound by Ellenberg. Carla Ellenberg, that is, going up and getting it. And so now to Harden in the forecourt. Trying to screen off Rogers, give Harden a three-point look. They do, and she buries it. Wow. Harden now has 6 points to lead Muldrow. First points of this period, and here's a drive inside, rejected. Muldrow now with a 2-3 or 2-1 break, and Rogers, good job Rogers getting down there, not letting Harden get past her, and that's a mishandled ball. Credit the hustle of Broken Bow's defense getting back with that turnover. Hand it to Katie Rogers, senior again, playing in her final home game as a Lady Savage, and got down the court fast, did not give up the easy points on the break, and forced a turnover. Here's a drive and a lay-in off the glass by Jalen Cawthron. She now has 8 points. Lady Savages now have 20. They lead by 4. Pressure in the backcourt, as it's going to be Cawthron and Rogers creating all kinds. 5 seconds about to expire. Good job getting it out to Pruitt by Muldrow on a half-court pass. And they get to Harden, throws it up from way downtown. It pinballs, almost goes in. Pruitt with the rebound and the foul and the bucket. And so that's going to put Pruitt at the line, a chance to make it a 1-point line, a 1-point game. And I get the feeling that, again, these are both experienced and well-developed teams. They're very good basketball teams at this level. So I get the feeling that Harden has taken that shot from about 7-8 feet behind the three-point line and made it on several occasions. And the free throw no good, but the rebound goes to Muldrow. Pruitt with the hustle, and now ball's inside. Ellenberg working against Griffin, lays it up and in. And now it's a tie ball game. An 8-point swing. Here's a pass downs low. Woolsey turns around and makes the bucket. Woolsey with the bucket, and Rogers the assist. Lady Savage is back up. Pressure in the backcourt. Pass across into the forecourt, and now it's going to be Pruitt with the set shot. A little bit long. Rebound. Cawthron. Man, full court pass. Cawthron to Woolsey, and that's going to be Woolsey drawing the foul. That'll put Tyson Woolsey back at the free throw line. Wow. Some exciting basketball. That's the third one on Harden. So in this first half, it is Muldrow in some serious foul trouble, as both Harden and Kayla Ellenberg have 3 apiece. First free throw is good from Woolsey. Man, Tyson Woolsey doing a great job from the free throw line. Now, great job overall, as that one also good. 7 free throws made for Tyson Woolsey, along with her 4 field goals. She has 15 points, leading all scorers. Pressure is on in the forecourt, and you see the little reach in by Rogers. Three-pointer on the way from Harden. It's saved, but almost saved. Foot went down before the ball came back. That's good effort, but doesn't quite get there. And so Lady Savage basketball, 1:36 left and ticking in this first half. As Cawthron working against Ellenberg. Cawthron in the paint, kicks it back outside. It's Griffin, then back out to Smith, turnaround. Over the corner, Rogers for 3. Oh, just will not fall, but a rebound by Broken Bow. That was a save by, and it's Rogers' second time's a charm. Katie Rogers buries it from outside. Lady Savage is up by 7. A steal by Cawthron. Easy lay-in. Jalen Cawthron with her 10th point. Broken Bow with her 29th. And timeout on the floor. Lady Savages going to the bench as they have ended the run by Muldrow and started one of their own. 29-20 is your score. We'll have a word with one of our sponsors and be right back. You are watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball, the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. See you in a minute.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
Wow. Welcome back. You don't want to take a break and go get popcorn or anything at this game. It can turn around in a hurry. It has been a game of runs thus far. It started off with Muldrow taking a 11-2 lead. Then Lady Savages came roaring back. Got within 3 points at the end of the first period. And then went on an 8-0 run to start the second. And then it was Muldrow again on a run. Coming back, tying it up at 20. But since then, it's been the Lady Savages on a 9-0 run. Muldrow calling timeout, trying to stop it. Let's see how successful they are. Here's a pass cross into the forecourt. It's going to be a drive inside. Low bullet pass down low and a block. Huge block by Tyson Woolsey from behind the shooter into the hands of Rogers. Here comes Rogers working. Feeds it inside. Woolsey, and does not fall for Woolsey. It gets it back though. I think the ball was poked out. 2-point shot on the way, no good. Fight for the basket, race for the basketball, I should say. And that one goes to Muldrow. Here's a pass across the half-court line. 30 seconds left. Plenty of time, no need to hurry. And then Woolsey's going to get called for a foul on the reach-in. So shot won't count, but that will likely be an inbound. It is going to be an inbound opportunity for Muldrow. That's the second foul, I believe, on Tyson Woolsey. Nope, not on. It wasn't a foul. I'm sorry. My apologies to Tyson Woolsey. And it was actually just knocked out of bounds by her on the reach. Here's Fields to Ellenberg. Ellenberg thought about shooting from the corner, then to Pruitt, then outside. 3-point shot on the way, a little bit long, actually quite a bit long. And there's a foul called. That's a foul called on Woolsey. That will be her second, third team foul, although those, I say, don't matter at this point, as there are 7.4 seconds left, so chances are slim you'd actually get in a bonus before the end of this period. Let's see how the inbound play goes for Muldrow and how the defense goes for Broken Bow. Long inbound, and it's a stolen. Wow, almost. Just a leap into the air by Jalen Cawthron. Sends it back towards the teammate, but goes out of bounds. Second opportunity, 5.8 seconds left. And it's another block by Cawthron. Gets into the hands of Muldrow. Time's running. They're going to have to, and there will be no shot. That's going to do it. After one half of play, it is the Broken Bow Lady Savages 29, the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs 20. We're going to take a timeout, have some words from our sponsors, and they'll be back with Actually, we'll stay here and look at these cheerleaders for just a moment, as both Broken Bow and Muldrow on the floor, and there's some stunting which means basically doing gymnastic, flipping up and down. Pretty impressive by Broken Bow. And now MULDROW's cheerleaders also here in the gymnasium, so keeping the fans up for the game. Anyway, now we'll take a break, take a quick break, recognize our sponsors, then be back with second half action. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. See ya in 5 minutes.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburns and Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburns, family owned since 1939.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Well, welcome back. It's halftime here in the first of two games we're bringing you on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel between Broken Bow and Muldrow. Both of them advanced into the sub-regional, both winning at the both district champions. So both teams on the court, both boys teams as well, and so looking to advance further in this state playoff. And the girls game, again, two very exciting teams that both had it's crazy how much of that first half. It was not back and forth as far as score a bucket. It was back and forth as runs of 8 points, runs of 9 points. And so it was Muldrow, just taking off right off the bat. Got the first points and led 11-2 at one point, and then it was Broken Bow that came roaring back. Went on a 10-2 run and ended the first period 3 points down, 10-3, and it was Lady Savages in that second period that just took off, outscoring Muldrow 19-7, and that gets you to your current score of 29-20 for Broken Bow. It's Tyson Woolsey having another big night, 15 points in the first half, 4 2-point field goals and 7 free throws. Jalen Cawthron also in double figures with 10. Great game for her. Katie Rogers with 3 from behind, 1 bucket from behind the arc, and Aubrey Hightower with a 1-pointer, a free throw. For the Lady Bulldogs, it is Kyla Ellenberg leading with 9 points, about to break into double figures, presumably. And then it's London Harden with 5, including a 3-pointer. Gracie Pruitt with 2, Kayla Ellenberg with 2, and I think that may be one of Kayla Ellenberg only having 2 points in the first half, may be a testament to Broken Bow's interior defense. Although I will mention Kayla Ellenberg playing with 3 fouls, and so was out for much of that second period. And then Jaden Dean with 4 points for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Savage with the ball first, as they turn around jumper by Tyson Woolsey, gets the bucket and the foul. Tyson Woolsey continues her scoring streak, man. And again, she's dominant, she's big, she's strong, she has pivot, but she is so quick and has such a nice touch on the basketball. And so she gets the 2 and maybe the +1. So, and that's the worst news is that foul is also on Kayla Ellenberg. She now has 4. Picks up another one, and so Woolsey, his free throw is good. Woolsey also an excellent free throw shooter. The +1 good. Press on by the Lady Savages, looking for help. The Lady Bulldogs, and they get it to Ellenberg across, and wow, quickly across the court to Fields. Now she'll set up their offense at the Savage head, working against Katie Rogers. Fields to the left side, back to Harden. Harden working, and picks up her dribble, gets it to Kyla Ellenberg, and then back to, that's Fields, not Harden. No, that's Harden, 0. She of the mismatched socks, which I appreciate because that way I can just look at that and tell. Here's the 3-point shot on the way. High rebound and down low. That was a great rebound by Ellenberg. The ball just trails, falls off the side of the rim, goes to the floor along with Pruitt, I believe. And so that may be a travel call on Pruitt. Not sure. See what the call is. Nope. It's going to be out on Broken Bow. Ball will be inbounded by Muldrow. Driving across, kicking to the side, 3-point shot. Wow, that's just picked up and drilled it, bottom of the run. That was a great shot. That was a big shot as it gets them on the board in the second half and also establishes a little more momentum. Lady Savages start to keep that momentum up they had in the second period. Here comes Cawthron, who gets it to Smith. Smith dribbles inside, picks up her dribble, looking for help, gets it back out to Rogers. Rogers to Hightower. Hightower driving against Ellenberg, doesn't get a good defense by Ellenberg as she elevated with Hightower, not allowing a good look at the bucket. Rebound Muldrow. Back down to Kayla Ellenberg. I'll just refer to her as Ellenberg. She's the only one on the floor right now Kyla Ellenberg. Kayla Ellenberg on the bench. 4 fouled, another 3, and that's talk to the pregame about what a good, the very limited pregame about what a good 3-point shooting team this is, and they have answered with 2 threes to start off this third period. Lady Bulldogs now just a 6-point deficit. Here's Rogers inside. Woolsey with the move, power move. Woolsey again so quick. Her 5th point of this period. She has 20 in the game thus far. Lady Savage is back up by 8. Here comes another pass. They're going to look for another 3-point shot, I would assume. And Harden will shoot from where she's at right now. She lays that one off the side of the backboard, though, but it's rebounded by Muldrow. Feed inside, a little bit outside miscommunication, and so the ball goes out of bounds and will be Broken Lady Savage basketball. 5:21 left, 3rd period, and I need to get the halftime. Sorry, try to do double duty here, and obviously it is no longer halftime. There we go. Anyway, Lady Savages with the basketball. Possession arrow also in their favor as they hand it back, though. It's going to be a travel call on Broken Bow. And so the ball will be inbounded. The Lady Savages have been in the press most of this basketball game. In fact, almost all of it. And so trying to create some turnover opportunities and or a time violation. Muldrow gets it into the forecourt, and then there's a foul call. That's going to be O'Cothran, her 2nd. And Jalen Cothran, normally not, despite her aggressive play, normally ends the game with 1 or 2 fouls. So has 2 already, still not even halfway through this 3rd period. Here's a long pass, a little too long, and it's taken by Broken Bow. Here comes Woolsey. Woolsey on the move. Picks up her dribble, gets it back out to Rogers, top of the key. Rogers all alone, top of the key. 3-point, no, does not fall. Rebound, Kyla Ellenberg. And now Ellenberg will push it up the floor. Ellenberg won a hard pass, and then the Lady Bulldogs move it back around the perimeter. Harden feeds it in to Ellenberg at the free throw line, working against Rogers. Ellenberg turnaround, trying to look for a shot. Does not get it, and Rogers gets a huge block. That is Katie Rogers with the swat. Lady Savage basketball. Here comes Cothran, pulls up for 3. Cothran, though, it shoots an air ball into the hands of Ellenberg. And now it is Muldrow with a 3. On the other end, that one's off the front of the rim. Clanks. Rebound, though. Harden underneath the basket. Tries to get the reverse lay-in. Does not fall. Rebound down low. And then there's going to be another foul. And that one is going to go against, I believe, Hightower or Smith. That's going to be on Smith, her 2nd. But it's good it was not on. It's just the 2nd one on Smith. Good it was not on Cothran. It would have been her 3rd. So, again, that is the 2nd team foul on the Lady Savages. 4:09 still left to play in this 3rd period. Broken Bow leads at 34-26. And here's a pass down to Fields, working against Rogers. Rogers, and then tries to reverse her course. Rogers stalking her, not allowing a good look. Here's Harden. Harden will back up and shoot it. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line. Sent through the bottom of the net by Ellenberg. Her 2 points. Makes it a 6-point game. Here comes Cothran. Cothran pulls up, lays it in and out. Unkind rim, spits it in the hands of Pruitt. Rebound Muldrow. Muldrow with a chance to make it a 1-possession game from the 3-point line. They will have to get it across the half-court line first, and they do. Lady Bulldogs looking for maybe another 3-point shot out there. And here's a drive by Harden. Harden inside, and another, wow. That was, again, Tyson Woolsey reached out and just swatted it into the crowd. And so, quick hands by Woolsey, knocked the ball out of bounds, and will be inbounded by Muldrow. That's about the 6th or 7th block by Woolsey in this game. Rogers also has one, at least one. And so, it was 29-20 to start off this 2nd half. So a bit of advantage in this 2nd half thus far scoring-wise, and that's going to be a little stutter step and travel, so that's going to turn the ball over for Muldrow. But Lady Bulldogs have put 8 points on the board. Lady Savage is only 5, but now Broadway has the basketball in the hands of Jalen Cothran, and she shoots it outside, pass inside from Rogers to Woolsey, and that one does not fall. Pressure is on. Pass stolen by Cothran. Floated through the air, took it, and now she lays it off the glass. Does not fall, but she does draw the foul, and that's going to be on, I believe, Harden. If so, that'll be her 3rd. Let's see who the. No, that's I'm wrong. That's her fourth. So that's quite a bit of foul trouble for Muldrow, as both Harden and Kayla Ellenberg have 4. Cawthorn's first free throw is up and in. Her first point of this second half. She now has 11. Make it 12. Second shot also good. Again, thanks to all our sponsors you see at the bottom of the screen there. Appreciate them letting you watch these games for free. No registration required, no fees paid. Just click and watch on the Brewman Savages YouTube channel. Lady Savage is having a series of runs following being down 11-2. Good start by Muldrow. And again, you look for, and that's a good rebound by Rogers. Look for analogies, but maybe a thoroughbred versus a quarter horse. I don't know. Here's Tyson Woolsey inside. Does not make it. Rebound, pulled down. 3-point shot on the way. Hits the rim. Gets into the hands of Woolsey, and then there's either a tie ball, and I think that's going to be the call. As one of the Muldrow players went to the ground, but tie ball possession arrow in favor of Broken Bow, and so Lady Savages will inbound. That will switch the arrow, I believe. No foul was called. Okay. Well, and that was a good job by, I believe, Dean. She reached up and batted the ball away. It was intended for Woolsey on the inbound. Pressure's on. Here comes Ellenberg, and she loses the handle on it. Gets it back in the paint. Kicks it outside. Move, pop-up jumper. Falls off the front of the rim. Rebound by Ellenberg inside. Moves inside and gets it up and in. Kyla Ellenberg. Her first field goal of this second half. She's now in double figures with 11. Here comes drive by the other end. Cawthorn does not fall. And quickly rebounded, going back the other way. Fields to Ellenberg. Ellenberg takes an extra step and travels, and so that's going to be Broken Bow's basketball. She see the frustration on Kyla Ellenberg's face. I think she was thinking of passing it, and then when it was cut off, decided maybe to dribble, but a little too late. And so it's Broken Bow basketball. Good defense and good hustle by the Lady Savage to get back. And here comes Rogers to Woolsey. Woolsey looked like she thought about shooting it from three-point land. And here's a lay-in by Woolsey. Doesn't fall. Knocked back out, though, by, I believe, Griffin. And here's, Katie Rogers with the scoop and lays it off high off the rim. Does not fall, though, and rebound Muldrow. Muldrow quickly into the forecourt as they're throwing it around back to Ellenberg. And looking for a three-point shot. Possibly, or maybe Ellenberg an opportunity to penetrate once again. And there's a rotate around. That's Pruitt, and another block by Woolsey, but I think that's going to be a foul called on Smith. Let's see what the call is. And Woolsey, and you hear this crowd booing. Woolsey's block was clean, but I think it was Smith. No, that was called on Woolsey. I thought it was Smith that gave her a bump on the body, but that's the third foul on Tyson Woolsey, so that will send the Lady Bulldogs to the free throw line. And so that's a little foul trouble for Broken Bow. First shot, no good. Second shot up and is right through the bottom of the net. Makes it a 5-point game. Coming back the other way, it's Broken Bow. Smith to Rogers to Woolsey. Woolsey outside the paint, throws it over the corner. Three-point shot on the way from Smith. It's right through the bottom of the net, but a travel call prior to that, so wave off the shot doesn't count. Nice execution by Smith on the shot, but that's another turnover for Broken Bow. Presses on in the backcourt. It's kind of a shot put pass. Winds up in the hands of Muldrow, and now a little bit errant pass, but Ellenberg managed to get it down. Now she's double teamed, and that's going to be a foul called, I believe, on Cawthorn. You see what Coach Toby B. from Robo is stomping his feet. I don't know if it's frustration of Cawthorn for actually committing foul or because he didn't think it was a foul. But that's the third one on Cawthorn. Foul trouble may be a factor in this game. Already is a factor in this game as the taller Ellenberg. Kayla is out with 4. Here's a drive inside. Cawthorn lays it up and in. Jalen Cawthorn. That's Cawthorn's first field goal of this second half. But Cawthorn had a bit of a slow start as Woolsey had the first either 7 or 9. Well, 7 of Broken Bow's points. And then Cawthron got going and started putting it in the rim on fast break points. And that's going to do it. 3 periods of play down. Lady Savages still have a lead, but it's 2 points less than it was at halftime. 8 minutes left to play, 38 for Broken Bow, 31 for MULDROW. We'll take a quick break, have a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Well, we're back. 8 minutes left to play, 7-point lead for Broken Bow. And again, foul trouble a factor in this game. Harden and Kayla Ellenberg for the Lady Bulldogs have 4. Cawthron and Woolsey for the Lady Savages have 3. And so they have reset the team fouls, but individually they do not reset those. And so that's got to be of concern to both players, coaches for these teams. Again, just 8 minutes left to play, and we'll see how this pans out. Possession arrow in favor of the Lady Savages as MULDROW will inbound it, and has inbounded to start this basketball, or start this final period of the basketball game. There's Pruitt outside to Dean, and then working back to Fields, top of the key, out to Pruitt on the wing, working against Woolsey. And yeah, that's some dribbling in there. There's going to be a travel call, as that was a good job by Genesis Smith. She gets congratulated. Harden, or actually, that's going to be a foul on Pruitt away from the ball. So Pruitt gets a foul. First team foul by either team. That's Pruitt's first foul as well. Man, she's played a good game, and only 1 foul for Pruitt. Ball's handed off to Harden, or sorry, to Cawthron. Now it's going to be Rogers with the fake. Rogers driving and just can't get it to row. Put back, though, by Woolsey. Does not fall, but draws the foul, and that's going to put Tyson Woolsey back at the free throw line. Let's see if the foul's. Well, and I might have, my apologies to Gracie Pruitt. I might have jinxed her because I said, oh, she only has 1 foul, and then she picks up another one within 5 seconds of me saying that. So, free throw, though, by Woolsey. Woolsey, excellent free throw shooter, but that one was not as excellent as it went. It was both short and off to the side. Bounces no good. Second one is right through the bottom of the net. Woolsey now with 22 points, with 20 points. Lady Savage with 39, 8-point game. Down low, stolen! Again, it's Cawthron flying through the air. Jalen Cawthron flying up the lane and drawing the foul. And that's Jalen Cawthron is so fast. She sprints fast, and she sprints just as fast with the basketball. When she grabs a rebound or a steal, it is hard to get down and guard her. And so Lady Savages have the ball. It's going to be Katie Rogers for 3. Katie Rogers buries it from outside. Her second field goal of the game, both from outside 3-point range. Lady Savages now by their biggest lead of the game, 11. 42-31, 6:42 and ticking left in the basketball game. Feed inside, and that was Tyson Woolsey. Oh, and that's going to be the 4th foul on Woolsey. So you see the expression as she holds her hands up to her face. As now she is playing with 4, and she will go take a breather as Burris comes in for Broken Bow. Makes a big difference in the rebounding game and the inside game offensively for Broken Bow. Here's Harden for 3, and that one goes off the rim into the hands of Cawthron. Cawthron might be content to, without Woolsey in the game specifically, it might be slow things down, but no, she's got to fight back and throws up maybe an ill-timed shot or an off-balance shot. Now it's MULDROW. Well, they're in some trouble trying to get back, and they may call timeout. And they do to avoid a 5-second violation, and so timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one as well. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball, the Broken Bow Savages YouTube network. See you in a minute.
My grandfather was making amateur films in, the 1960s, taking our oral storytelling traditions and sharing them in new ways with new media. There's always been Choctaws working in film. We're in Marvel movies. We're in documentaries. Choctaws in cinema, Choctaws in television. Anything is possible now.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, I'm glad we came back for that. That was some aerial acrobatics from the Broken Bow cheer team, and crowd certainly appreciates it. Man, athleticism on display in every aspect here in the Broken Bow Gymnasium. Again, Chris Chandler here with Johnathan Calloway. Excited to bring you these two playoff games from Broken Bow, sub-regional site for the 4A playoffs. And Lady Savages on their home court, up 11 points with 6:08 left over the MULDROW Lady Bulldogs. But Tyson Woolsey on the bench with 4 fouls for Broken Bow. Mentioned that Hardin also has 4 fouls for MULDROW, but she is on the floor. Kayla Ellenberg has 4 fouls and is not on the floor right now for MULDROW, and there's going to be a travel call. And so that's another turnover, and you have to hand it to the Broken Bow Lady Savage defense, as they are causing all kinds of havoc, as they do with many teams with pressure defense. Here comes Cawthron bringing up the basketball, working against Ellenberg. Outside to Rogers. Rogers drives. Rogers turn around, spin move, feeds it back outside. Oh, nice move by Smith to get their opponent to elevate. Now to Rogers. Top of the key, Cawthron. Cawthron driving. Cawthron lays it off the glass and in. But she may be called for the charge, and I think she will be. And that is going to be the 4th foul on Jalen Cawthron. Wow. So each team has 2 players with 4 fouls. Lots of time left in this one. And Cawthron and Woolsey, by far the high scorers for the Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball team. So not going to take both of them out. You see Cawthron just got ran into there by she's leading forward. 11-point basketball game. Smith harassing Hardin. Hardin working against Smith. Now out to Pruitt. Pruitt working against Burris. Feed it inside. That baseline move cut off. Good job defensively, and that's going to cause a travel. Once again, Lady Savage defense creating a turnover. And again, you look at, I believe that was either Rogers or Smith along with Cawthron, and that's again, it is a gamble. You have 4 fouls getting down there. You have to make sure you have position established, make sure you don't foul, because one more foul and you put yourself out. Cawthron brings the ball, gets it to Hightower, to Rogers, and then back around to Cawthron, to Smith. And it looks like we're going to play a little keep away here, milk some time off the clock. Well, no, 3-pointer on the way. Cawthron buries it. I say, if you're going to leave her open, she's going to shoot. Cawthron gets the Lady Savages up by 14. A 2-touchdown lead for Broken Bow as MULDROW feeds it inside. MULDROW, again, they had a really hot streak of 3-point shooting earlier in this half, but it has cooled down since then. Here's Hardin, and she is a good 3-point shooter, but she is playing with 3 fouls as well. Here's a fire as they throw it outside. Working against Broken Bow. And I don't have 21 on my roster. That's here's a and 21 is also not. I see the and my apologies. The number 21, I believe it's 21. Could be my eyes, but for the Lady Bulldogs on the floor. Oh, I do. I'm sorry. It is Tay Williams. So here's a feed inside, shot no good, goes to the floor and is picked up by Hightower. Or sorry, by Smith. Different color purple shoes. Feed inside from Rogers. Woolsey back in the game, kicks it out. It's going to be Cawthorn from the same position, other side. Different result, though, as that goes off the side of the rim out of bounds, and will be MULDROW basketball. 3:42 left. Lady Savages up by 14. And so I will mention that Kayla Ellenberg also back in the game. So Ellenberg, Harden, Cawthorn, and Woolsey all on the floor and all playing with 4 fouls. 3.5 minutes left. Thought about shooting it, feeds it to, and Ellenberg has it stripped as Katie Rogers picks her pocket and then draws the foul. And that's going to be the 5th one on Ellenberg. On Kayla, I think she's out. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong Ellenberg. That's Kyla Ellenberg. That's going to be just her 4th. But now there are 3 players for MULDROW and 2 for Broken Bow playing with 4 fouls. Great job by Rogers on that steal. Just reached in there, no moment of inattention or opportunity, and just pulled the ball away. Lady Savages now with possession, milking time off the clock. Rogers to Cawthorn to Smith, and then back same position to Hightower. Hightower dribbles it once, hits it to Rogers. 2:54 and ticking. Lady Savages probably, well, there's a little bit of a collision inside between Ellenberg and Woolsey, but otherwise they get the ball to Woolsey. Woolsey dribbles, and then that's going to be timeout. And you see, we're going to stay right here for this. In fact, might see another, I don't know if the cheerleader's going to do another tumble. That was pretty impressive. But let's just stay here and talk about things. Saw the clap from head coach Toby Bean. Because it was well executed, didn't turn the ball over, passed it, kept moving that motion offense. But Broken Bow, happy again, they have a 14-point lead, and they milked about 35, 40 seconds. Wow, there is a MULDROW cheerleader that just did a double or a single backflip. That was pretty impressive. And going back the other way, he did a round off. Nice. A lot of athletic talent on the floor. But anyway, Coach Bean happy with the way his team performed, as they were told to do, is just keep passing the ball around the perimeter. Don't waste a shot and don't drive unless they come out after you, and milk some time off the clock. Broken Bow, I think it was 3:13, so it was exactly 30 seconds when they got across the timeline. And milked a half minute off the clock, and they still have possession of the ball. We'll mention the possession arrow is also in favor of the Lady Savages, and that is also a factor. And so Lady Savages can milk another 30 seconds off. I don't think they're going to be allowed to milk another 30 seconds. I think that the Lady Bulldogs have instructions to go and try to tie up the ball or steal it, and if not, foul them and put them to the free throw line. As that will put Broken Bow in the bonus, as Lady Bulldogs have 4 team fouls. And here's Rogers doing a good job getting it out to Cawthorn to Woolsey. Woolsey to Cawthorn. Cawthorn with the easy lay-in on the pass from Woolsey. Take the points if you got it. Lady Savages now up by 16. Time starting to run out for MULDROW, as they need a lot of points quickly and probably see some shots from the perimeter. Or maybe just concede it again. They're in no hurry. I think they realize that 16-point, well, no, there's a 3-point shot, and that one doesn't fall, goes right into the hands of Cawthorn. And so I think Lady Savages got to claim yet another win and advance on to the regional championship. Here is a pass to Woolsey. Back outside to Hightower as she draws 2 defenders. Thrown inside, and there's a collision. That's going to be foul number 5 on Kayla Ellenberg. And that's actually is probably going to send Katie Rogers to the free throw line as well. Yes. Yep. So the Broken Bow senior honor student gets an opportunity to add some points from the charity stripe. Only consolation for MULDROW is it doesn't take time off the clock, but they are 16 points down and make that 17. Nice form from Katie Rogers. Rogers' 7th point. All her other points came off 2 3-point field goals. And nice, perfect night from the line for Rogers. She now has 8 points. Lady Savages 1 away from half 100. And they have the ball, or the possession arrow in their favor. So really kind of playing for Little Pride. Again, nice job by Ellenberg driving with, she has 4 fouls, so she draws the foul. That's going to give her a +1 opportunity as she will go to the line. And that foul's on Rogers, just her 3rd. Or sorry, that's Kyla Ellenberg. Already in double figures. That's her 13th point. And also her 14th. Yeah, a little bit over. Arching pass goes into the Savage bench. See the Savage coaching staff react like, hey, don't be doing that. Always coaching. Always looking to improve. Here's a shot. It's a little bit too long from the three-point line. Rebound, Katie Rogers, and she gets, I think they're conceding. The Lady Savage is going to win this one. Broken Bow going to advance to the regional finals. Against that game will be, I believe that game is at Muldrow. Not sure, but as Jalen Cawthorne got to dribble the rest of it out. And Broken Bow, Lady Savages, how about that? Again, hats off to Muldrow. Really played a great game. Led 11-2 to start off. Just down the stretch, it was Broken Bow. Pressure defense and power offense by Woolsey, along with Cawthorne, getting them the victory. We're going to stay here as you see there's Woolsey and Smith. They're going to have a presentation of some hardware. As again, a big hand for the crowd. The final home game for the Broken Bow Lady Savages, the 25-26 Broken Bow Lady Savages, and it is, like many of the other ones, a win. In fact, their only home loss was to Howe. And again, Howe ranked number 2, I believe, in Class 2A. Not sure. Well, they're going to go on in the winners bracket to the regional championship. So they basically 2 wins away from a berth in the state tournament. Or I guess they're not presenting anything at half. Oh, I guess there's not anything present. That's right. It's not the regional championship yet, so you don't get a plaque for making the regional championship. Well, Broken Bow Savages basketball team about to prance onto the court, including probably the best, not probably, the best out there. Oh, and thanks to Athletic Director Craig Sundberg, said to be at Muldrow 6 o'clock Saturday. So the game is at Muldrow. It'll be 6 o'clock Saturday for the girls. There is no hardware in this game, and that's why. Again, thanks, Coach / Athletic Director. And you see Broken Bow Savages coming onto the court as they will be also, again, they're in the winter bracket, also looking for a berth in the regional championship. We're going to take a quick break and recognize these sponsors, play some messages for them. You see them at the bottom of your screen. Make sure and thank them. We still have 15 minutes before the tip-off of this basketball game, and so take a quick breather, have some words from our sponsors, and be back in about 12 minutes with the starting lineups for this final home game for the Broken Bow Savages basketball team of the 25-26 school year. We'll see you in about 12.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburns and Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburns, family owned since 1939.
Quote today. Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Tired of waiting weeks for furniture? At Washburns, there's no wait. Everything's in stock and ready to go. We deliver fast, usually within 48 hours across West Arkansas and East Oklahoma. Shop the brands America loves: Lazy Boy, Bassett, Flex Steel, Ashley, just to name a few. With 95% financing approvals, getting the furniture you want has never been easier. Visit Mina, D-Queen, Kodo, or Broken Bow, or shop anytime at washburns.com.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Still shopping rent to own and paying way too much? Stop. There's a better way. At Washburns, 95% of applicants are approved, with no credit required financing. Real furniture, real appliances. Apply now at washburns.com.
Welcome back. You joined us for the Lady Savages victory over the Lady Bulldogs in Muldrow. Hi, Chris Chandler here along with Johnathan Calloway, about to bring you the final home game of the 25-26 Broken Bow Savages basketball team, and it should be a dandy. It's going to be a sub-regional matchup between Broken Bow and Muldrow, and the Bulldogs are coming to town loaded. I'm going to mention a couple of players that you may recognize the last names of, and you will probably recognize the first and last names of in the near future, as they will probably be definitely playing at the college level. One of them, number one, the guy to watch for Muldrow is Tegan Collins. The head coach for the Muldrow Bulldogs is Terry Collins, if that name's sounds familiar with you. He was a teammate of Randy Rutherford and Bryant Reeves and the rest of the Oklahoma State Cowboys when they played in the Final Four in 1995, and so very familiar with basketball, very, very high level of basketball. His son Tegan is number one on the court, and he is a superstar. And they have a superstar and a 7-star. Number 32 is Parker, 7-star. He is 6'8" center, but he can play like a guard. And so Broken Savage is going to have their hand full. And I tell you, 7-star, similar to the tall centers we faced for. That's one of the things great in how he goes. When he penetrates the lane, floats, and gets everybody off their feet and stuff, he sometimes has difficulty playing against taller players. There you see the introduction for well, you don't see it, but Muldrow just introduced Collins, number one. But that can be a guy at 6'8", reach up, grab the rim without leaving his feet, and that can be a problem if he's quick. So we're going to have to try to screen him out or change up their offense a little, possibly. We'll see how it goes. But their big man is big. Another person going to have problems is A.J. Brannon, because Brannon is great at positioning, getting rebounds, but going up against a guy that is about half a foot, or not about, over half a foot taller than he is, that can create problems. But the Lady Savages overcame their obstacles, went on to win. Let's see if Broken Bow's boys team can do the will. Here comes the introduction. The final home game for these guys. Here's Adrian Hightower. Sky Baker, 6'3", great three-point shooter, and there's Graydon Howe. And he did put up 50 a couple of games ago, so Jackson McDaniel, his final game on this court as a Savage, as is A.J. Brennan, as is Sky Baker, the three seniors. Well, they've got another 32 minutes, barring overtime, to play on this court, and then hopefully going on and playing about 4 more games and bringing home a trophy. But they got to get past the Muldrow Bulldogs first. You see the difference, A.J. Brennan. You see the height difference there at midcourt as he's lining it up against 7-star. And so I guess you have 5-star athletes and then 7-star athletes. By the way, speaking of that, congratulations to Graydon Howe. He was just elevated to a 4-star recruit in football, and so well-deserved. Tip-off is 1. A 7-star palms it to a teammate, and so it's going to be Muldrow with the ball. It's Kalink to Palmer. Palmer working around the top of the key to 7-star, and then over to Kalink. And feeds it to 7-star. 7-star with the lay-in. No good, and then there's the dunk, and that is Tegan Collins. That's the guy we talked about. 6'3", athletic as they come, and he starts off the scoring with a flush off the pass from 7-star. Ball in the backcourt. Now it's in the forecourt. It's going to be Brannon driving. Brannon trying to drive on 7-star. Takes it all the way to the other side. And Brannon trying to get it in. It kicks it back outside to McDaniel. McDaniel working around the corner. Gets it back to hell. And then the ball's knocked loose by Collins on the floor. Looking to be tied up, and that's going to be maybe a travel or maybe a foul. Let's see what the call is. Oh, timeout. Timeout was called to avoid the travel, so timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one as well. You're watching Broken Bow Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Welcome back. 2-0 your score. Not a big deficit, but a momentous start for the Bulldogs as they had a two-handed slam dunk from Tegan Collins to start off things. Now they have the basketball. Possession arrow is in favor of Broken Bow. As Klink brings up the basketball to 7-star to Collins, and then out to Klink. He's shooting from 3, rolls it over, and it's rebound Broken Bow. As it's going to be Graydon Howe working down inside. Graydon Howe gets it swatted, gets his own rebound, throws it back out to Brannon. Then Hightower kicks it back outside to McDaniel. McDaniel from the corner, driving in. McDaniel to Baker. Baker trying to drive, make some space. Oh, bounce pass from Baker outside to Hightower, and then he gets fouled by Collins, I believe, or could be a travel before the foul, and so he was losing his balance, took an extra step, and so that's going to be another turnover for Broken Bow. Still just 2-0. But you could see when Howe penetrated there, did the fake 2 guys out, and then it was 7-star just standing flat-footed, able to block that shot, and so that does create havoc. Again, I mentioned this previously in this season, playing against a big man, and here's 7-star kicking it back outside to Collins. Collins for 3. Off the bracket, another rebound inside by Hightower. But Michael Jordan talking about the player he hated to play the most, the one he found most frustrating, was Manute Bol, because he was 7'7", so you can float in the air, but when a guy can stand flat-footed and block it, it makes a difference. Here's a pass, Graydon Howe inside, but Howell will find a way. 2-2, tie ball game. Pass inside to Collins. Now it's Graydon Howell on the move. 2 defenders. Howell inside, takes a stutter step, lays it off the glass and in. Graydon Howell. Broken Bow's first lead of the game, 4-2, 5:19 to ticking first period. Savages defensively looking to try to block out the big man. Now it's, good fake. Got McDaniel off his feet. The leaner no good though, but it's pulled down by Collins. Kicks it back outside to Wilson. And then it's Collins' 2-point shot. Another great rebound inside, and that's going to be Hightower. Man, Hightower skying, using his position and body to shield defenders. So Hightower getting a defensive board. Now it's Howell to Hightower, down in the corner to Baker, back outside to Hightower. Hightower working against Palmer and lays it up and off the glass, and that's one thing. Savages probably aren't going to get a lot of second opportunity shots offensively, as that's another rebound by 7-star. Kick backed out to Jamari Palmer. Top of the key, Palmer thought about shooting, decided not as Brannon came out defensively. Now driving, it's Klink. And now outside to Wilson. He's got his name on the ball. Here comes Wilson, throwing it back outside to Collins, to Palmer, and then back out to 7-star. Who gets it to Klink. All 5 have touched the basketball for MULDROW. Patient team, MULDROW. Not forcing a shot, not forcing a pass, just trying to wait out till something opens up. Savages lead by 1. Ball's tipped loose, and then Graydon Howe saves it and gets it into Brannon. Great hustle by Howe. And now it's Broken Bow on the attack. McDaniel to Howe. Howe working against Collins. Gets it to Hightower, and now inside. Bounce pass from Brannon. Now it's Howe going up against the big man. Graydon Howe gets it in. Graydon Howe with a fall-away floater. 6-2. All 6 points belong to Graydon Howe for the Savages. The 2 for the Bulldogs belong to Collins. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a foul. Actually, we will not take a timeout. That's first foul, and that's against 7-star, and I guess that's one of the ways to try to nullify a big man if you get him in foul trouble. First foul by either team. It's over halfway through the first period. Real clean basketball being played so far. So Pratt in the game for Broken Bow. McDaniel for 3. McDaniel from the corner does not fall. 5 for the rebound. Well, not much of one. Again, it's guy. By the way, Rylan Hanks in the ball game. Big man against big man. Hanks 6'7", so just an inch shorter than 7-star. 3-pointer bucket from the corner by Wilson. 1 point lead, 6-5. Or sorry, 1 point lead for Broken Bow. 6-5. So here comes McDaniel trying to drive in, gets it back outside to Baker, then to Pratt. Pratt working inside, bounce pass, three-pointer on the way. Oh, hits the bracket. Rebound by Pratt. Pratt with three. Pratt's no good. And rebound, 7-star. Here's a move, gets it out to Wilson. Wilson shooting from three. That's where he shot the last one from. Same result, no good. Howell with the rebound. Graydon Howell on the move. Graydon Howell, spin move inside. Graydon Howell in the paint, fall away jumper. Howell does not fall. Rebound, 7-star. 2 minutes and ticking left. First period. Savages holding on to a 1 point lead. Bulldogs trying to retake it themselves. Here's pass outside to Klink. Again, I apologize. Oh, stolen by McDaniel. Jackson McDaniel with the quick hands. Now it's Howell. Spin move. Howell from three. Thought about shooting it. Hands to McDaniel. McDaniel's shot from three. Hits the rim. Oh, great rebound by Hanks inside. Now it's going to be passed to McDaniel. He gets it blocked. Hanks with the ball. Throws it outside. Corner shot. Or no, not. Howell for three. Graydon Howell! Eagle eyes it. Graydon Howell has all 9 points for a Broken Bow off that tray. Savages lead by 4, 1:10 and ticking left, first period. Fight inside between Hanks and 7-star, the two big men. As Collins gets the ball out to Wilson. Wilson to Collins. Collins thought about shooting a three, then decides to dribble it to Wilson, guarded by McDaniel. Wilson to Collins. Collins makes a move on Baker. Collins looking to turn around. Collins with the jumper. And I don't think that was a block by Baker. I think that was actually a pass intended for 7-star, but he was fouled, I believe, by Baker. That's going to be the first on Baker, first on Broken Bow. The Bulldogs also have one. Looking for an inbound pass. A wide open look from three-point land, and it's buried. Shot from the corner. Wow. Jugo with a tray. 1 point game once again. Bounce pass. Pratt shovels it to Baker, who gets it to McDaniel. McDaniel working against Kalink. Back to Pratt. And to Baker. And to Howell. Howell. Oh, nice feed inside from Howell. Now Brandon inside. Can Brandon man up? I was going. And he draws the foul. Again, Brandon going against a much taller player. But Brandon has the strength advantage. One of the toughest guys I've seen come through this high school, and that's saying a lot, but A.J. Brandon managed to draw the foul. That's the second foul on 7-star. That's a good strategy. And it looked like he's going to get a technical foul called. And if so, Graydon Howell gets a technical. So that's not good. That's going to be the third foul, double technical. A double technical, 7-star with three. Graydon Howell with one. Apparently some jawing going on. And this officiating crew will have none of it. And so we're going to see A.J. Brannon, who was fouled. We're going to probably see A.J. Brannon shoot two, and then Graydon Howell shoot the two technical foul shots. And then see Muldrow shoot a couple. I don't know. I'll figure things out. Anyway, scoreboard shows that 7-star has 3 fouls. We are still in the first period. And Brennan delivers from the free throw line. First shot is good. Savages break into double figures, 10-8. Second shot by Brennan, also good. Nice performance. I guess, and they must have waved. They didn't call a technical, I guess, because otherwise they'd be shooting those technical fouls prior to the free throw. So just a warning. DeJohn Hall in the game for Broken Bow. And 7-star out for Muldrow. There's a three-pointer on the way. Wow, that's a second in a row. And here comes Howell with 1 second left. Does he get it off? No, can't get the ball off, guarded by Collins, and that's going to do things. It is all tied. 11-11 is the score at the end of one. This is an exciting basketball game, folks. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. You are watching Brokobo Savage Basketball on the Brokobo Savages YouTube channel. See you in 15.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Welcome back. Well, Johnathan Calloway and I were discussing it in that break, like what happened, because the scoreboard, it would have been the second foul on 7-star, except it registered 3 on 7-star on the scoreboard and then 1 on Howell. So I'm not sure if they initially called one, talked it over, waved them off. We'll go check the scorebook at halftime and figure out what's going on. But as things stand, it is dead even. 11-11 is your score. And 9 points from Graydon Howell for the Savages, and 2 from the free throw line by A.J. Brennan. Collins has a couple, has 1 bucket, the dunk to start off the game for the Bulldogs. Wilson has 1 3. And we'll get the rest of that after this rotation. Brannon knocked back by Collins, or batted back into Brandon's hands. He tries to make a move and gets it stolen by Collins. Might have been not as wise move. It does shovel pass, and that's almost blocked. Oh, good effort, but it goes down by Kalink. And at the other end, it's Graydon Howell, and that's going to be goaltending. Or should be. I thought it came off the glass and was blocked by Collins. 3-pointer on the way. That goes way over. Air ball. Saved by Collins. Bounce pass inside. Shovel back outside. Wilson for 3. Wilson builds it. Wilson now has 2 threes. They take the 16, a 5-point lead, largest of the game. And there is Howell gets thrown to the floor, but gets called for the foul, or the travel. As he had, that's the second one called on Howell. So that was a foul called on Graydon Howell. But it wasn't a technical, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the scoreboard shows Howell has his second foul. As Klink brings it into the forecourt. Shovel pass. Got a little confirmation on what went on then. It was a double technical foul, 1 on 32, which is 7-star. And 1 on Graydon, so possession of the ball goes to whoever has the possession arrow. That's the thing. Again, thanks to our executive director, or executive producer, Craig Sundberg, and the athletic director at Broken Bow for clarifying that. But yeah, so that was a double technical. Howell has 2, 7-star has 3. And possession arrow was in favor of MULDROW. So Brandon took his free throws. 5-point lead for the Bulldogs, and they have the ball possession arrow currently in their favor as well. Kind of slowing things down. That looked like a hand to the face of Brannon. There's some, again, things get a little chippy, but the officiating crew is on top of this. They are calling fouls left and right, and maybe justifiably so, but that's going to be on Brannon. So that's going to be his second team foul for the Savages of this period. Bulldogs have 0. And bounce pass inside. We'll note 7-star with 3 fouls is not in the game. Rylan Hanks, the big man for Broadway, is, and that's going to be a call against the Bulldogs. So that's going to give the Savages back the basketball. They have Wilson covering Howell, running with him and getting real close. Oh, Howell with the fake, lays it in, does not fall, bounces the floor, and they'll go back the other way. It's going to be Collins, pass inside, and that's going to be a quick 2 points for Wilson. Wilson on fire. He has 8 points so far. And here comes Pratt behind the back dribble, backs up. Hanks down in the post. McDaniel working around. McDaniel for 3. McDaniel, just off, and Hanks got a paw on it but couldn't bring it in. Wilson with the rebound for MULDROW. Wilson pushing it up the floor. I'm going to try to save my voice. That's Collins with the turnaround. Collins, good rebound, good defense, and good rebound by Jackson McDaniel. And at the other end, it's going to be Hal going down on the floor. Gets back up inbounds, throws the ball out as he rolled back into bounds and then got the rebound and shoveled it back to Pratt. Bounce pass inside, almost. It was stolen. Intended for Hal. Picked off. Now it's Wilson. Down to the quarter, Klink. Klink coming back under and managed to lay it up and in. 2 points. Big run to start off the second period. Savages have yet to score in the second period. The Bulldogs have put up 9. 4:32 left in the half. Spin move. Pratt, shovel pass to Hanks. Hanks turned around jumper. Can't get it to fall. And now it's, just we're not looking for it. As that was almost a turnover. As didn't look like Klink was looking for it, but managed the ball right in front of him. Managed to pick it up. The ball's goes out of bounds. And so it will be inbounded by Broken Bow. Again, the pace of this is hectic. They push it up the floor as fast as they can, both of these teams. So inbound pass in the backcourt. It's going to be Hightower to Hal. Hal driving, and Hal gets across into the forecourt. And there's a foul maybe away from the ball or a timeout called, not sure which. Nope, that's going to be a foul. A foul called on Palmer. That's his first, second team foul on the Bulldogs. And there's another one. Palmer picks up 2 in quick succession. He's guarding Hal. And that's not an easy thing to do. So that's the third team foul. Still over half of the second period left to play. Bulldogs have 1 foul margin. And here's a nice shot inside, and it doesn't fall for McDaniel, but that was a good job getting the ball in by Hightower to McDaniel. McDaniel realized he had position, went straight up, drew the foul. That is the 4th team foul on the Bulldogs. He was in the act of shooting, so he'll shoot this one, and the Savages will shoot every other one from here on out. In this half anyway, nice rattle, but stays in the rim. McDaniel on the board. Makes it an 8-point game. Opportunity to cut it to 7 here. And does not. Rush for the rebound, pulled down by Massey. 4-minute mark. Again, 7-star with 3 fouls not in the game for the Bulldogs. Turnaround jumper from Collins hits the bracket. Great rebound. Just a skying up there. And here comes Hal with, he is a foul to the floor hard, but drew that. 15 foul on the Bulldogs, and Graydon Hal will go to the free throw line. That's going to be the first one on Collins. That's a good stride. And Hal, that's a good stride because with 7-star not in the game, it leaves a more open paint area that Hal is used to working in. Collins with the primary job of guarding him when he releases the ball. First free throw is good for Graydon Hal. He's now in double figures with 10 points. Second shot by Hal. Up and down. Both good. 6-point game. Savages gave up 9 points to start off this half, but scored 3 of their own since then. Pass inside, and the ball's knocked loose. Travel call. Good job by A.J. Brennan defensively to get a hand up and then kind of windmilling there. Creates a turnover. A little bit of a press on in the backcourt as Hall brings it up for Broken Bow, and then he gets a reaching in by Collins out to McDaniel. McDaniel for 3. Jackson McDaniel for 3. 3-point game off the McDaniel tray. Collins, bullet pass tipped by McDaniel into the hands of Brannon and then to Hal. Quickness by McDaniel. Hal's pass down to Brannon. Brannon can't finish it. Wow, that's a great pass just a little off on the finish. Here comes Howell defensively working against Wilson, and Wilson is going to get the foul, and I think that's going to be the second one on Graydon Howell. And so Wilson with the bucket. Man, Wilson, Deshaun Wilson, now has 10 points and an opportunity to make it 11. And he doesn't. Rebound by McDaniel. DeJohn Hall for Broken Bow bringing up the basketball, working against Klink. Shovel pass to Howell. Howell now working against Klink. Spin move, Graydon Howell, and then he draws the foul. That's going to be his Klink. That will put Howell back at the free throw line. I think that's just the first one on Klink. Oh, no, that's on Collins. Not Klink, that's the second one on Collins. Five-point ball game. Make it 4. Graydon Howell, his 13th point. Oh, sorry, 12th point. Lucky 13 for Howell. Perfect from the free throw line. And has made it a one-possession game. 2:18 ticking left, first half. And this one's a wild one. Great talent on the floor. Quickly out to Klink, feeds it inside Collins. Collins feeds to Xander. Xander gets blocked by McDaniel, and then it's a scoop and Massey. That was a good block by McDaniel, but Massey got it and just quickly threw it off the glass and in. Back to a 5-point lead for MULDROW. And there's a football pass intercepted by Massey. That was DeJohn Hall. And that's DeJohn Hall picking up the foul at the other end. That's the 4th team foul on the Savages. So that's the 4th team, first on Hall, but the 4th team foul. Savages have no margin for error. Broken Bow already in the bonus, as the Bulldogs surpassed 5 fouls a couple of minutes ago. 1:47 ticking left. MULDROW, 5-point lead. Ball in their possession arrow in their favor. And looking to maybe slow things down. Keep in mind they're playing without the big man. 7-star, who has 3 fouls. Oh, Hall almost got a hand on that basketball. They throw it to Collins. Collins working against Hall. Collins dribbling. Inside, back outside. Klink for 3. Good line looking. Hits the rim. Rebound. Broken Bow. Hightower to Howell. Howell moving with the basketball. Howell shoves it outside to McDaniel. McDaniel slows himself down. Manages to stop. Hightower pump fake. Hightower to Howell. Howell off the jump. Fall away jumper. Howell rims in and out. Man, it pinballed and it was spit back out. 52 seconds left. Still a 5-point game. Wow, that is a long three-pointer, and it's good. Deadly accuracy from Wilson. That is Wilson's 3rd three-pointer. 8-point lead, and here's McDaniel with the answer. Jackson McDaniel for 3. McDaniel has 9. Savages back to a 5-point deficit. 28 seconds left. Looked like MULDROW. Well, Xander looked like they might have held for the final shot. Bit of a shoving match going on between Hall and Collins. Pass to Wilson. Wilson, 12 seconds. Wilson, no. Quick hand by McDaniel, deflects it. Massey recovers it for MULDROW. Massey, another hit. Quick hand by McDaniel. Steal by the Savages. Jackson McDaniel. Howell for 3. High rebound, does not make it. Wow. That's going to do it for 1 half of play. And they packed about 3 halves of action into that. Started off with a dunk, and excitement didn't boil down from there. See the cheerleaders taking the floor. Man, what an exciting basketball game. Savages trail 22-27 off a 16-11 run in that second period. by MULDROW, and most of that was 7-star on the bench. We'll take a break, have some words from our sponsors, then be back with second half action. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. See ya in about 6 minutes.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburns and Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburns, family owned since 1939.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, welcome back. I doubt if you just turned in at halftime, a thrilling game between the Broken Bow Savages and the MULDROW Bulldogs. See who goes to the regional championship, and it's been a barn burner. So far, started off with a slam dunk by senior Tegan Collins, 6'3", prospect from MULDROW, and just kind of went up from there. So MULDROW went out to a substantial lead in the first period, but it was tied. Savages came back tied at 11 at the period break, but then it was the Bulldogs outscoring Broken Bow in the second period. They now lead 27-2. Graydon Howell and Deshaun for Broken Bow and Deshaun Wilson leading their respective teams with 13 points apiece. Jackson McDaniel in his final game on this court. 7 points in the first half, including 2 trays, big time. A.J. Brennan with the other 2 for Broken Bow. And then it's Massey Jr. with 8, Kalink for 4, and Collins with the aforementioned 2 for the Bulldogs. So we'll note that Ravens, 7-star, the 6'8" center for MULDROW, scoreless in the first half and spent most of the second period on the bench with 3 fouls. See how these teams, again, 7-star, big number 32 out there to start off this second half, though, and to see how things play out as we go down the stretch. Bulldogs start off with the ball for the second half, and they're going to get it to Massey, to Klink. And then back to Massey. Massey driving, Massey looking for space. Massey follow-away jumper, high arching shot goes through the bottom of the net. Massey Jr. now in double figures, as he has 10. Wilson guarding Howell. Graydon Howell bringing it up for the Savages to McDaniel. And then out to Howell on the wing. Howell working against Wilson. Howell, shovel pass to Hall. Hall looking. Hall gets it to Hightower. Hightower looking for help. Gets it back to McDaniel. Reset the offense in the corner to Hightower. Hightower off the drive. Gets the ball knocked loose. Stripped. Klink on the move. Goes down, and Klink for 2 more. Coming back the other way. Savages Howell with the floater, falls in. Graydon Howell now at 15. Still a 7-point game. Collins to Massey to Klink for the Bulldogs. Out to Wilson. Wilson, the hot 3-point shooting hand in the first half, inside to the big man, and he lays it off the glass and in. First points for 7-star of the game. 9-point lead, largest of the game for MULDROW, and Howell blocked. Gets back his shot. Now from the free throw, it's Howell. Long rebound, falls to the floor. Wilson stolen by Howell. Howell going in, driving. Howell off the glass. The points and the foul, and that's number 4 on 7-star. So Howell, Graydon Howell off the baseline move, has the big man in big foul trouble with 4 fouls. And that's going to be put Graydon Howell back at the free throw line with an opportunity to cut it to a 6-point game. Wow. That's Howell's 17th point of this game. He is fast approaching all-time leading scorer Randy Rutherford in the career mark. Howell's free throw, as the +1 is good. And Howell now with 18 points. Whoa, I'm not sure they waved off the free throw. I'm not sure what happened there. As you see, head coach Ryan Woolsey over there saying, what are you talking about? So, crowd doesn't like it. Pressure in the backcourt. They get in the forecourt. Now it's going to be Collins working against Pratt. Collins down the baseline. Collins, whistle blew before the shot, so it doesn't matter if it falls through or not. I believe that's got to be a foul on Pratt. It is his first team foul by the Savages of the second half. Now, I shouldn't say second half. I should say of the third period, as they reset them every period. And there's goes, as you see, Collins goes sliding across the floor. That's going to be another foul on Broken Bow. I think that one might be against Hall, and that is, and it's his second. So Savages pick up 2 fouls in quick succession. Still 5:44 left to go, third period, 6-point game. Muldrow with the advantage. Inbound pass, Klink. Working against Howell, now picks up McDaniel. Now it's to Massey Jr., kicks it outside, and then they bounce it to Collins. Collins floating, Collins shooting, Collins making it off the glass. Didn't call it, but it doesn't matter. It still counts the same. 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Howell on the move. Howell being stalked by Wilson, gets at the corner. McDaniel, Jackson McDaniel for 3. McDaniel now in double figures, 5-point game. McDaniel had 2 trays in the first half. Adds another one here early in the second. 5:06 and ticking. Massey Jr. to Xander. And Massey Jr. working against, actually kicks it to the corner. 3-point shot on the way. Answer from Wilson. Guess who? Man, Wilson lights out another 3 for Wilson. Another in, it's going to be Howell out to Hall. Hall wide open for 3-point line. Rolls, does not fall. And rebound, Bulldogs. Quickly get it back to Wilson. He's got the hot hand. Let him shoot. And here's Collins for 3. Collins shots in the bucket. Tegan Collins for 3. He now has 7. And now it's a double-digit lead for the Bulldogs. Great 3-point shooting night for Muldrow. That's going to be a reaching foul against Xander. And so that'll be his first, I believe. But it's going to be the second team foul. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. That's his second. It is the second team foul. So 2 apiece for each team. Howell working against Wilson. Thought about handing it to McDaniel, and then the bounce pass from Brannon to Howell. Howell floats from the free throw line. In and out. No good. Rebound, Massey Jr. Jr. pushing it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Stalked by Pratt. Massey Jr. to Xander, and then back outside. Klink for 3. That's a good-looking line, and that's the 3rd straight 3-point shot for the Bulldogs. First one by Klink, but now they have 5 guys that can shoot threes. McDaniel's answer, no good. Tipped by Howell. Tipped by Hall. Howell with the rebound. Stripped by Collins. Now Collins working against Pratt. Bounce pass from Collins. That looked like a give and go intended for Collins. Brandon stepped in the path, preventing the play. Collins over Brannon, bounces out. Another rebound by Massey Jr. Long pass outside. Watch out, Wilson's wide open, and he's already hit 4. It does not get that one. Unkind rim. Good rebound by Brannon. Here comes Howell. Outside to McDaniel, and then back to Hall in the corner. Hall tosses it to Pratt. Pratt down the baseline. Gets that a little too crowded. Now it's a one-touch pass from Howell to Pratt, back to Howell, now down to Brannon. Brannon working inside. Brannon lays it up and off the glass and in. A.J. Brannon flying through the air. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one as well. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Welcome back. And you do not get a lot of time to rest during this basketball game. It's a 12-point lead by Muldrow. It kind of doesn't feel like that. Although you feel this one could go, with these scoring, so you feel this one could go either way in a hurry. Still 2:54 left to play in the third period. And Muldrow has the basketball. Possession arrow in favor of Broken Bow. They're going to inbound. Brumbo's been in the press all night. Not relenting now as they get it to Collins. They throw it across to Wilson, who gets it to Xander. Xander, oh wow, wide open for Klink in the corner, and he buries it. Great shooting, the second tray from Klink. 15-point game. Here comes Graydon Howell at the other end. Howell to the bucket. Quick answer from Graydon Howell. Howell now at 20 points on the evening. High pass, bounce pass down low, and that's going to be the foul, but not the bucket. And Howell looking over at the refs and the bench, holding his hands out as if to protest that. Hall, that's the third one on Dejon Hall, the sophomore. Does send Collins to the free throw line, and he nails the first one. Eighth point for Collins, and the 48th for his team. 14-point lead. Again, strange, it does not feel like that way, but and there's another one. Nice shooting from Collins from the free throw line. So now at 9 points, close to double figures. Hall bringing up the basketball for Broken Bow. Hall driving inside. Hall lays it up. No good. Howell hits it, but it's brought down by Collins. Again, a super hot three-point shooting second half or third period. Stolen, ball turnover. Here's Howell on the move. Graydon Howell between two defenders. That's a reaching foul. That's going to be called, I believe, on Massey Jr. or against Palmer. Let's see which one. If it's against Palmer, it's his third. It is, and it is. Third foul on Palmer, third team foul. Savages also have 3. Ball will be inbounded by Broken Bow. McDaniel inbound to Hall. Dejon Hall trying to move on Collins. Hall lifts it up and does not make it. Tipped out by Hanks. Three-pointer. McDaniel! Jackson McDaniel, same spot, same result. That's McDaniel's 4th tray of this basketball game. Back to a 12-point game. Nice passing to get it out to a McDaniel. Nice finish by Jackson. Here comes Klink. Shovel pass out to Wilson. Back to Klink. They want a three-pointer. Oh, past Hanks. Now a wide open look from outside. Does not fall. Great rebound inside by McDaniel. And then a foul. That's going to be on Xander. And that's going to be the 4th one on the team. The 3rd one on Xander. And so Broken Bow will inbound, but that's it for the cushion. Just 1:25 left. But the way this game's going, that may be 12 possessions. So Broken Bow will inbound, and the next foul will likely send Broken Bow to the free throw line. You see Palmer guarding Howell, and Howell's yet to dribble. Now starts with the basketball. Palmer trying to get in his pocket. Howell gets it across, and there's Palmer's 4th foul, and that's the 5th team foul. That's going to send Graydon Howell to the free throw line. And here's the thing. I know you got to defend Graydon Howell. I know you have to try to frustrate, get him in the backcourt. That's kind of the strategy. But by fouling him, sending him to the free throw line, you're not taking time off the clock. You know, this is a 12-point basketball game. MULDROW has a 12-point lead. But you're giving Broken Bow an opportunity to score with not taking Howell. Rare miss from him. But keep in mind, he was 14 of 14 at Ada. But again, not taking any time off the clock. You also got yourself in foul trouble. So they're going to rotate. And again, they'll put Collins and Palmer and Wilson on Howell. Howell sinks the second one. And Broken Bow decides to abandon the press, at least for the next 1:15. 11-point basketball game. Thrown outside to Massey Jr., guarded by McDaniel, to Wilson. And out to Xander. Inside to Collins, ball's loose. Howell picks it up. Howell on a 1-on-2 break, but one of those, bounce pass to Hall, and he finishes. Great finish by Hall. Nice assist by Graydon Howell. Single-digit lead. Savages have cut it to 9. Final 42 seconds as MULDROW may be content to play for the last shot. Again, here comes Klink working against Hall. And that's going to be a pushing foul on Hall. That's going to be Hall's 4th. And the Savages' 4th as a team. So ball will just be inbounded. But Hall may go out, and he does. Hall's going to go out, and I believe Sky Baker's going to come in for Broken Bow. Baker just has 1 foul. Thrown into the backcourt by the Bulldogs. 23 seconds left. Again, they might want to try to shoot from the three-point arc, and multiple people in there that can do it. Wilson with a hot hand. Massey, good three-point shooter as well. Already hit 4. Or sorry, 3. As you see, Klink sneaking down the baseline. Now here's a move by Xander inside, and it's blocked by Hanks. And Hanks, the frustration on his face as he got the block, but also committed a foul. And so that's going to be the 5th one on Bro. Just 2.1 seconds left. But that does send Edward Zanders to the free throw line. By the way, it's just the first foul on Hanks. First free throw no good, though, by Zanders. Keep in mind, Hanks down there on the rebound. If he misses this one, Savage is 2.1 seconds, but they can quickly get the ball in somebody's hands to chunk it. Does fall, and that's going to be out of bounds. Oh, wow. See Great Hal looking at the official as he called it out on Howe, 1.6 seconds. The way they started off this game, I don't know if I was Muldrow, I don't know if I wouldn't send Collins in and try to do the alley-oop play, but they got 1.6 seconds, not a lot of time to get it in and have somebody get a set shot. Maybe you're looking to try to get a foul. Just throw it in. Whoever catches the ball goes immediately up, and that is going to be Collins. He misses it, and that's going to do it. 3 periods of play down. And the Bulldogs have extended their lead from 5 to 9, but Savages with a little momentum. We'll take a break, have some words from our sponsors. We'll be right back. You're watching Brookabo Savage Basketball on the Brookabo Savages YouTube network.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburns and Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburns, family owned since 1939.
Welcome back, folks, and there's 8 minutes left. A 9-point lead for Muldrow. And got some foul trouble. Muldrow playing 2 of their players with 4 fouls, including the big man, 7-star, the 6'8 center, along with Jamari Palmer, who had apparently in the 3rd period primary assignment of guarding Graydon Howell. He has 4. Zanders has 3. For the Savages, DeJohn Hall with 4 fouls. And that's about it as far as foul trouble for the Savages. But Savages do trail by 9. They will inbound to start this half. Pratt with the basketball, guarded by Massey Jr. Pratt bounce pass to McDaniel, bounce pass to Graydon Howell. Howell with the 2. 7-point game. Al adding to his scoring total. Got to be 19. It's going to be Collins thought about shooting from the top of the key. Maybe should have decided to drive in, and he gets the bucket and the foul. And I think that one's going to be on Sky Baker. So, no, sorry, that's on Brennan. So Brennan with 2 fouls. Collins gets the Bulldogs past the half-century mark to 51. Make it 52. Smooth shooting by the senior. Back to a 10-point game. Graydon Howell moving the ball up against Wilson this time. Now Howell makes his move and then just takes Graydon Howell flies through the air, just kind of sails, and at the last moment releases the basketball off the glass, gets the foul and the bucket, and it takes almost no time off the clock. +1 opportunity for Graydon. Howell at 25 points. Opportunity to add to that here. And he does. Second +1 of the basketball game for Howell. It's a 7-point ball game. A lot of time left. 7:21. Big man is in. 7-star, the center, playing with 4 fouls for Muldrow. Outside to Wilson. He gets it to Massey Jr. and then out to Klink. And then out to 7-star. 7-star's pass to Massey Jr. and then back to Wilson, top of the key. And they're playing a little keep away. They are trying to burn some time off the clock. Just a 7-point or 3-possession lead, and that worked to perfection for Muldrow as they passed the ball around and then got it into Collins, who got the bucket and the foul. And I think that's a third one on Brandon. No, that's a second one on, we're lucky for the Savages, that's on Pratt. But he does get the point and the foul, and Collins has come alive here in this second period. Started off with a slam dunk to start the game, but that was his only bucket, only points of the first half. But has 13 thus far the second, and there's Graydon Howell. That one was rejected by 7-star. And now stolen by Pratt. Great move. Oh, and he gets, and that's going to be, I think that's going to be called, Massey called with the foul. So that's just Massey's first foul, I think. It is. Well, what a game he's played. So Massey with his first foul, second team foul for the Bulldogs. Great move by Pratt, though, to get the ball back for Broken Bow and then to draw the foul. Inbound to Graydon Howell, working against Wilson. And Wilson went for the steal. Now it's Howell, lays it up and draws the foul. That's it. If that's going to be on the big man, he's out. That's 7-star's fifth foul. Oh, I hate to see that. As Wilson limping off the court. Oh, the foul's actually, that's on Massey Jr., so that is very lucky for the Bulldogs, as that's just his second foul. Third team foul for Muldrow. That puts Graydon Howell at the line already with 25 points. An opportunity to make it 27. Oh, misses the second free throw of the game. Seven for 9 thus far from the line. Can get it to single-digit deficit here, and he does. Out with 26, Savages with 46. They trail by 9. 6:30 left in this basketball game. Here comes Klink out to Massey Jr. They're going to see him use it, and they get it into the big man, working against Brandon, and then gets it back out to Massey Jr. To Collins. To Wilson, and then to Klink. Back outside, and this is going to be, they realize they've got a 4-possession game. They can burn time out. And there's a call. You see how the Savage finally gets called. Savage crowd upset because they think that A.J. Brandon was pushed by 7-star, but Brandon gets the foul called on him. That's his third. And so Brandon probably going to go talk to his coach, take a seat, as they're going to send Rylan Hanks, the 6'7" junior from Brookbo in. Long inbound pass to 7-star, gets it outside to Klink, and it's to Collins, to Klink. Out in the corner, wide open look from the corner, and that's a bucket. That's going to be Palmer. Palmer playing with 4 fouls. And Graydon Howell furiously up the court. Graydon Howell, coast to coast, Graydon Howell for 2. 5:40. Howell took about 8 seconds off the clock from the time he was at the inbound line to the time Brookbo had points. Here's Palmer, a 3-point shot from Collins. Long, a little too long, as Hanks gets the rebound. Gets it to McDaniel, who gets it quickly to Howell. 10-point ball game. Howell working against Palmer. Keep in mind, Palmer has 4 fouls on him. And he drew the assignment of guarding Howell. Howell floating. Howell gets the big, if that's Palmer or 7-star, that's 4. That actually is against Palmer, and that's his 5th. He's out. So on the drive, you hear the Savage crowd. Graydon Howell retires Jamari Palmer. And that puts Graydon Howell at the free throw line to shoot 2. That's the 4th team foul against the Bulldogs as well, so they no longer have a margin for error. Well, Howell, rare miss of a free throw. And I think Collins may be saying something to Howell. Try to get in his head. Might have worked on that shot. Does not work on that one. Back to a 9-point basketball game, over 5 minutes left. Savages in the bonus, or one away from being in the bonus. Timeout. Timeout, Muldrow. We'll take a quick one ourselves. Have a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Welcome back. 58-49, advantage Muldrow. But the Savages have them in foul trouble. Muldrow having a great three-point shooting night. Savages, Jackson McDaniel for the Savages having one as well, as he has 4 trays. And there's the call against the Savages. That's going to be against, if that's against the big guy. It is against against Hanks. It's his second. Savages have one player in foul trouble. DeJohn Hall with 4, not on the floor at the moment. But the big man for Muldrow is, and he has 4 as well. So here's a toss out to Klink. Klink working against Pratt, kicks it over to Zander. Zander being guarded by Howell. Kicks it back out to Collins. As 9-point game, 3-possession game. Oh, feed right in. Just a handoff to the big man, and he slams it home. That's an unselfish play by Zander, but also a smart one. Is like, I'm going to hand it to the 5'8" guy and let him dunk it. Back to an 11-point game off the dunk by 7-star. And here comes Howell with the floater. No good. 7-star with the rebound. Hanks trying to get it. Now Pratt trying to sneak around and knock it loose. Collins being stalked by Howell. 7-star top of the key. Now a 4-possession game. Lots of time left, though. Over 4 minutes. Massey Jr. working against McDaniel to 7-star. 7-star being guarded by Hanks out on the perimeter. And now it's Zander to Massey Jr. to Klink. Good strategy by Muldrow. Bleed is, again, 4-possession game. Just go ahead and bleed more time off the clock. Maybe try to get Broken Bow to commit a foul. Zander trying to move against Howell. Now he picks up the ball, kicks it back outside to 7-star, who gets it across to Klink. Howell went airborne, trying to knock the ball loose. Time still milking off, and now it's stolen by Pratt again. Pratt with another steal. Howell on the move. Howell floating back, and he manages not to get it, though. It's rebound by 7-star. Howell shot the floater from the free throw line. Now it's going to be Klink. Almost loses the handle on it. Manages to regain it, and they get it back out. 3:02. Coach Collins instructed him. By the way, Terry Collins mentioned a former star at Oklahoma State, along with Randy Rutherford and Bryant Big Country Reeves. And now it still a 4-possession game, but 5-possession game. 13-point game. Starting to get a little timely for Broken Bow. Savages, again, can't score in a hurry. McDaniel already with 4 threes. Moving on Zander. McDaniel drives it in and lays it off the glass. Jackson McDaniel. That's McDaniel's 15th point of the night. And they're going to have time out of floor. We're going to stay right here and talk this over. And that's a big man. The senior, Jackson McDaniel, coming up big in his final home game. As Broken Bow looking for answers, cuts it to 11 to a 4-possession game. And they're probably talking about what to do against that delay game. You'd expect, of course, Broken Bow's probably, I'm sure they're going into the press, the full court press at the other end. But maybe time to talk about fouls to give. Both teams one away from the bone. This next foul is going to likely to put the other team at the free throw line. But Savage is talking about who needs to do that because time's starting to be critical. But again, if they can get in a position to foul out the big man, 7-star, make a big difference. He had a 7-star. I mean, he did sit out most of the second period, but has played the entire fourth period, I believe, with 4 fouls. Savages already have Palmer, who was guarding Graydon Howe, fouled out. So here comes the inbound. And it's to the big guy. And they get to Klink, and then Savages quickly get back in defensive position. So it's not to give up an easy point. 7-star pass. Howe went for the steal. And there's a block by Hanks, but got a piece of the body. So that's going to send Muldrow to the free throw line, but just as well, that's only the 3rd foul on Hanks. It stops the clock and forces Muldrow to get the points from the free throw line. First shot's up, and it is good, though. Nice concentration by Massey Jr. I believe that's his 11th point of the game. Had 8 in the first half, including a couple of trays. Second shot up, and rebound, Broken Bow. Here comes Colin Axton. Axton pulls up. Axton shoots a tray. Can't get it in. Rebound inside by McDaniel. Rebound inside by Baker. McDaniel for 3. Jackson McDaniel! That is his 5th tray of this basketball game, and that cuts it back to 9. Jackson McDaniel playing on fire from outside the perimeter. Here's a pass outside, and then McDaniel quickly grabbed. I think McDaniel only has 1 foul as well, or maybe none. That may be his first one. So he's a good one to give the foul. That is McDaniel's first foul. Just a tremendous game for Jackson. That is going to put Xander at the free throw line. But again, there's just 100 seconds left in this basketball game. Savages have 9 points to make up. First one, make that 10 points. Xander sinks that. That's Xander's first point of the game. Sinks the first one. And you see, again, they may be looking at Savages going to have to shoot 3-pointers, so Hanks goes out. Talon Tomlinson comes in for Broken Bow. Tomlinson, excellent 3-point shooter. Has a spot in either corner that he can hit it from consistently. And second, Xander made the free throws when he needed to. And it's Graydon Howe coming up. Graydon Howe driving. Graydon Howe's going to draw the foul. And I think that's going to be on Klink. So that may be his first. I don't have it. No, it's actually on Collins, his 3rd. Does put Graydon Howe at the line. Only took 4 seconds off the clock from the time they shot the free throws to the time that Graydon Howe drew the foul. So that's a very efficient way to get points on the board in a timely manner. Both teams in the bonus, so probably going to see a lot of free throws in this final 96 seconds. Howe's first free throw through the silk. Got that as Hal's 25th point. Or no, sorry, 27th point, 28th. Both free throws good from Hal. Back to a 9-point basketball game, 3-possession game. Time ticking. Here comes Klink. Klink kicks it outside, and the ball's tipped, and stolen by Broken Bow. Sky Baker. Sky Baker for 3. Sky Baker, bucket! 6-point game. Beautifully executed by Broken Bow. Baker, the senior, coming up big. Savages have fought their way back into this one. We'll stay right here. Man, you get the steal, you get Baker pulling up and just burying it. And again, 136, and now, wow, there's some stunts for you. So 14 seconds went off the clock between the time that Muldrow inbounded the ball and Baker buried the tray. So Savages, 6-point game, 2-possession game, 82 seconds left, plenty of time. And here comes, wow. We do not have a gymnastics program per se at Broken Bow. but we certainly have some gymnastics and some gymnasts. Got a couple of great basketball teams, too. And one of them has just cut their way into what is likely to be a photo finish. Savages with the momentum. Colin Axton in the game. Keep in mind, last year it was Axton that hit that three-pointer at regionals. Buzzer beater. And there's a steal. Ball's on the floor. Ball goes down. Graydon Hell has it. Savages with the basketball. To Axton. Axton for three. Bounce. Fight for it instead. Oh, wow. Come up with Massey Jr. Huge rebound. Presses on from Broken Bow. And then Jackson just grabs the big guy. Hey, you got to do it. So 65 seconds left. McDaniel, just his second foul. Smart move by McDaniel. As again, not nearer in foul trouble. Does put 7-star at the free throw line. And right now it's a 2-possession game. If he hits either one of these, he can make it a 3-possession game. He does. Smooth shooting from 7-star. That is his first free throw of the game. So now Savages have to make it 3 possessions. It's a 7-point game. If 2 of those can be 2-point possessions, unless he makes this one, then 2 of them would have to be 3-point possessions. The other one can be 3, and he does. Man, 7-star showing some skill from the charity stripe into Graydon Howell. And since Graydon Howell for 3, Graydon Howell buries it! Graydon Howell! 4 seconds later, it's a Graydon Howell tray. Here comes a dunk attempt and kind of a lay-in. Back to a 7-point game. Here comes Howell. Howell shoots from 3. Howell! Graydon Howell with another tray! Do you believe this finish? Graydon Howell's made it a 4-point game on 2 consecutive trips down the court. 44 seconds left. Hold on to your seats. Goodness, folks. Wow. The competitiveness in Graydon Howell, again, Jordan-esque, the only term I can think of. Great players make great plays in big games, and Graydon Howell's doing that tonight. He went off against Idabel at the end of that. Hit on 4 consecutive, I think 5 consecutive trips down the floor, sank field goals to salt that one away on Saturday. Threatening to make a repeat of that tonight. .1 seconds left. As you see some tumbling or stunts going on. Graydon Howell, I think he's at 33 points now. And I'm sure he cares nothing right now about his personal career total or single game total. He cares about the scoreboard and what his team's doing. But here we go. Looking to inbound. Hall back in the game, playing with 4 fouls. Hall guarding Collins. Collins with the cross-court pass to Massey Jr. Massey Jr. across the half-court line to Klink. Down low to Xander. Xander gets it in, and that's a foul on the pass, but still in the bonus, so that's going to send the Bulldogs to the free throw line. That's going to be on Hall, and he's out. That's his 5th one. So Dejon Hall is now fouled out, and that's going to put Collins on the free throw line. Tomlinson in for Tomlinson in for Hall. It'd be nice if Tomlinson could, for Broken fans, if he could come in for Collins and have a 6-4 advantage, like maybe some kind of hockey power play, double power play. But anyway, congratulations to the United States hockey teams, both men's and women's, gold medals in the Olympics. He makes both of them. 6-point game, 32 seconds left. Graydon Howell shotting off. And the ball's knocked loose, stolen back by Broken Bow. It's going to be a 3-pointer on the way. It's going to be Jackson McDaniel for 3. Bounces, huge rebound and then a foul. Man, Savages had 3 shots. You see Great holding his head like they had 3 different opportunities to make that shot. Couldn't get it to fall. But that was, oh, wow. That does send Collins to the free throw line. And he has a chance, I won't say to salt it away. It took 4 seconds for Graydon Howell to get down and sink the 3 last time. But Collins makes the first free throw. And misses the second. It's a 7-point basketball game. Here comes Howell. Howell for 2. Quickly. Savages back in defense. Pressuring. Look to swarm, and then there's a quick foul. 7.4 seconds left. I've got Howell at 35. Savages needs 5 points, so 2 possessions, 7.4 seconds left. So if Klink misses either one of these, it opens the door for Broken Bow. Albeit a small, I should say, window. He missed the first one there. So Broken Bow has to score on 2 straight possessions and hold Muldrow scoreless. One of those shots has to be a 3. I don't think there's any. I don't think it makes a difference. The second shot's going to be a 3 anyway if Broken manages to get off to, because you don't have enough time. He does make the second one, but you're going to have to score quickly. It's Graydon Howell. He's going to pull up and shoot a tray. Try to draw the foul as he dives in. Ball goes out of bounds with 1 second left, and so Savages not going to prevail unless you get some kind of technicals and a 4-point play off of this. But, wow, what a game. See Xander being congratulated by Massey Jr. Savages not conceding yet, though. Miracles can happen. Howell for 3, sank it. Wow. And the margin of victory is 3. Goodness. I think Graydon Howell wound up with 38. And Savages are going to, again, neither of these teams is out. This is a winner's bracket. They will go and they will play in the regionals to go to the state tournament, but they will have to go through and win 2. I kind of pity the team that has to play this Broken Bow Savage basketball team for the display that they made tonight, though. Muldrow is going to play at Muldrow, and so the regional final is going to be Saturday. I think they're all going to be Saturday at Muldrow. This is a sub-regional site. Muldrow is the regional site. Graydon Howell, just a great night. I had him at, I think, 38. I'll double-check that. Another great night. Tegan Collins, after just scoring 2 points in the first half, came out and I believe put up 15 in the second half to take his team to victory. Keep in mind, the margin of victory is 3 points. Man, this one was so close. Never count out the Savages and Graydon Howell. Well, it's been a pleasure to bring you these games. I don't know. We'll have to look at the schedule, see what the rest of our broadcast schedule is, whether we're going to be going on the road or not. We'll keep looking at the Broken Bow social media pages to determine that. The boys will play at 2:30 on Friday at Muldrow. So at the sub-regional, Broken Bow boys will play at 2:30 on Friday. The girls, again, will play in the championship 6 o'clock on Saturday. We may see you then. We'll check the Broken Bow Public Schools Facebook pages, Instagram, website, and social media pages, as well as this YouTube channel to see if we're going to live stream that game as well. But until we determine that, on behalf of Johnathan Calloway, I'm Chris Chandler. It has been an exciting night. We'll see you soon.
This is my time. I'm on the